What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Chig coming at you with another World of Warcraft Season of Discovery leveling guide. Today we're going to be talking about the Rogue. I have just released a video that is how I'm going to level my Rogue, which is much different than this. However, this is the typical, this is what you should do video. But before we hop right into it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that bell notification icon, where you get notified every time we come out with a new video. And I have been asked to make a Patreon, so there will be a link to that down below. As of right now, you will be getting access to videos a little early. Other than that, let me know what else you guys would like to see. Let's hop right into it. So, over here, I've already gone over the gear and stuff, so don't forget to check out my other video, like the Rogue Guide, but let's hop right into the talents. So, super duper easy. Barely an inconvenience. 2 points in a Sinister Strike, 3 points in Improved Gouge. Here you have a choice. Hit is going to be amazing. Get hit if you would like. What I would suggest doing, getting hit, 5 points there, put a point in riposte. 5 points into parry, get you some parry haste, get riposte because riposte is amazing. If you don't need the hit or don't want the hit while you're leveling, or you plan to respec once you hit 25, you can do a couple different things. You can put a couple points in these two things to get your improved sprint if you're going to be PvPing to get rid of movement impairing effects, or you can reduce the sprint and evasion abilities cooldowns by 1.5 minutes. Those are both really good. And then improved kick, you could throw a point into, who cares, right? This last point's whatever you want it to be. So when you're leveling, your last 5 points are up to you. You can put 2 points in Malice and 3 points in Eviscerate. You could put 5 points in Malice to get a little more crit. You could put all 5 of these points into Precision. That way you've got more, DPS in the long run. Like, all of those are fine. Whatever you want to do. Like, you do you, boo, with those last 5 points. But I think Riposte is just going to help you out a lot when you're leveling, especially if you want to tank. So, that being said, top right into the chest runes. 2 things. If you're going to PvP at all and you're going to be combat, quick draw. Bang. Right off the rip. Draw your ranged weapon, fire a quick shot at an enemy, causing normal ranged weapon damage, reducing the target's movement speed by 50% for 6 seconds. Awards 1 combo point. Benefit from all talented effect and trigger from Sinister Strike. So, that's going to be cheaper because of our Sinister Strike points. It's going to slow the target. You're going to live here if you're PvPing. If you're going to tank, just Fleshed Wound. You take 20% reduced physical damage while Blade Dance is active. Additionally, you have 6% reduced chance to be critically hit by melee attacks. Threat generated by all your actions is massively increased, and your feint ability is replaced with T's to launch the target. If you are not going to be tanking, I would not recommend this. If you're not really going to be PvPing a lot, Deadly Brew would be a good place to be. So, when you inflict another poison on a target, you also inflict deadly poison. I will tell you what my suggestion is here. I think Crippling Poison, since it doesn't have charges, it just has a duration, is going to be amazing for this. So you could go Crippling, and just be perfectly fine. Slaughter from the Shadow is not going to help you at all because you're not using daggers, you're not backstabbing or ambushing. So any of these 3, I would suggest Quick Draw if you're going to PvP at all, Deadly Brew if you're not. Now, the one thing I would suggest, if you were going to use Deadly Brew, putting 3 points in Improved Gouge, I would move those over to 3 points in Lightning Reflexes, because there's always going to be a dot on the target. And then when we talk about the other runes, there's other reasons to not have this as well. So, Leg Rune. 2 things. If you're going to tank, you're using Blade Dance. Finishing move increases your parry chance, and you take less damage when Blade Dance is active. If you were going to use Deadly Brew, Envenom's where you want to live. Finish a move that deals instant poison damage based on your deadly poison doses on the target. Following the Envenom attack, you have a 75% increased frequency of applying instant poison for 1 second, plus an additional 1 second per combo point. 1 dose is activated per combo point. Alright, so there you go. That's where you're at. Envenom's going to be great if you want to do that. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I think throwing on 2 big honking one-handers that are slow main hand, fast offhand, getting big stacks and hitting big Envenoms is going to be a ton of fun, right? If you're going to PvP at all, Between the Eyes. Finishing move that stuns, ranged kidney shot. Does a little bit of damage and stuns for 5 seconds. Whichever one of those you want to get. So, here. If you're going to tank, Main Gouge. Instantly strike your offhand weapon for normal weapon damage. Increase your chance to parry for 10 seconds. Main Gouge benefits from all talents and effects that trigger modify Sinister Strike. It's going to cost less. It's just going to be good. Also, do not underestimate this in PvP. Being able to parry more is going to be awesome. Mutilate, not going to be able to use that. It doesn't say requires daggers, but we've had this come up in the past several times. It's going to require daggers. If it doesn't, you're just only going to mutilate ever, because that's going to be overpowered. So here's the other thing I was telling you about that is going to be a little bit different. Saber Slash, or as I like to call it, Better Sinister Strike. Viciously slash an enemy for 130% weapon damage and causes the target to bleed for 11 damage every 2 seconds for 12 seconds, stacking up 3 times. Awards 1 combo point. Benefits from all talents and effects that trigger and modify Sinister Strike. So, that's where you're going to live here. That's what I would do. Also, there's things you can do for weapon swaps. If you do want to ambush, if you do want to do those things, you can do that. Shadow Strike, I don't know if we're going to need a dagger for this or not. If you don't need a dagger for Shadow Strike, then I would actually suggest going Shadow Strike between the eyes and Quick Draw, because get you to the target, stun the target, slow the target, and then you don't have to worry about your improved gouge breaking and all that, right? So those are my suggestions. So baseline, Saber Slash, Envenom, Deadly Brew if you're a PvE Andy, because this is just going to be smooth as butter play style. You're going to do a lot of dot damage. You're going to do a lot of actual damage. You're going to have riposte. That's a good weapon damage skill. It's just going to be super good. Anyway, when you're looking for your weapons, super easy. There's a ton. So if you're using this tool, 60 upgrades, you can go over here, uncheck everything that is not going to be usable for you. What I would do for your main hand, basically no matter what, is a mace or a sword, because you want a slow bonk, right? You want a slow bonk for your main hand. So as you're going down through here, you can check, you can see what's from quest, what's from what mobs, what's from this, that, and the other. So the biggest thing to take into consideration when you're doing this is just make sure that you are looking for upgrades as you're going, because as a melee, your most important things are your weapons. Then once you get up to Wailing Caverns, you can start getting things like the Wing Blade from the quest line from Leaders of the Fang, which is going to be really good. If you get lucky with one of the PvE world drops, is going to be really good. PvP to get the Legionnaire Sword. Look at this. This is amazing. 2.7 speed, 18.7 DPS, strength, stam. This is going to be awesome. And then leading up to what your best main hand weapon is going to be a quest you're going to need a group to do that's going to take you forever and 1,000 needles, but it is going to be worth it, I promise you, if this is the spec you were going to go. 22.1 DPS, 4 strength, 5 stam. But this is where you're going to be. It's going to be great. If you win the lottery and you get a Beezle's Bass or a Shadow Fang, please leave it in the comments, because I'm going to be jealous and I'm going to want to see screenshots. Other than that, you know, you can get Cruel Barb if you're on the other side of the world and you're killing VC. It's just going to be awesome. The Stinging Viper is also a super good low-level weapon. That's a really good main hand. Diamond Hammer's decent. Like, you have lots of options rolling around through here, so just keep your eyes open, and then make sure you're looking to get the best weapons you can while you're leveling. Other than that, that's all I've got for this one, guys. Looking forward to it. The countdown is real. We've got less than 36 hours. And by less than 36, it's a little more than that, but less than 48. I am super stoked. I'm looking forward to catching you guys out there, and I can't wait to do some dungeons and kill some freaking BFD bosses with y'all. See ya.